Hello everybody, this is the Benjinator, and you're watching Let's Play SaGa Frontier. This is part 8 of T260G's quest. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be on our way to the final dungeon of the final quest. Isn't this exciting? So, I did some preparations, and what you might notice first of all is that Zeke here actually has some reduced HP because I had to equip him with the backpack. So, going into the final dungeon, I'd recommend using the backpack, and of course I stocked up on repair kits and also a few max cures for Gen, so that's perfectly fine. But I actually got him Plural Slash, and not only did I get him Plural Slash, I got Plural Slash for Leonard, I got Plural Slash for Engineer Car, and I got Plural Slash for T260G. So we are basically ready to absolutely dominate this final dungeon. Gen, as you might notice, actually is not as, wow. No wonder I wasn't learning anything. He had a full deck. Oh well. Small mistake. I'm gonna keep a save file here just in case something goes wrong. So, Gen doesn't need to be super powerful. I mean, actually, he's not doing too bad. He's got 83 WP, 661 HP, so he's looking pretty good. But if Gen doesn't have things like triple thrust or double gale slash or stuff like that, that's completely optional. At this point in the game, Leonard has, Shell Soldier? What's the thing again? Let me take a look at it. Yeah, Shock Soldier. So that's going to do quite a bit of damage to some other enemies. And so if you're curious about how I got these abilities, I actually went to the ancient ship and fought gun carts over and over. Unfortunately, it takes a while for your battle rank to go up, so I was fighting Hermes for a while and then some McDobbies. Eventually, those go up to Skylabs, but that's how you usually get it. And by the way, I have not actually gotten all of the abilities possible for each of these mechs. There's a couple more ones. Hopefully we're going to learn some more once we go to the RB3, but you don't have to learn all of them. Really, like, once you get Plural Slash for these 4 mechs, you are in very good shape. So, there is one thing I do want to show you in Kurong before we go to the final boss. So, I'll meet you there in Kurong. Alright, so here we are in the back streets of Kurong, and so of course this you might remember from way back in Blue's Quest is the shop where you can get all of the nice kind of robotic mech weapons like hyper blasters and grain cannons and so forth. But if you talk to this guy, the shopkeeper, just before the final boss, look at what happens. Yep, look, they know him. What's up? Became a mech? Of course I did. Yeah, they haven't been in contact for a long time. Alright, so what you want to do is, if you say no thanks, he'll still continue to sell you stuff, but we're going to ask him to come with us. So he gives us a souvenir, a heat bazooka. So you can't buy weapons from him afterwards, but his name is actually, what is his name? Yeah, it's PZKWV. And actually the thing about him though, and the reason I don't use him is because he can't actually learn Plural Slash, but if you want to have an all-mech party, you can do that. You can just move Gen out of there and have 5 mechs just dominate. Alright, so anyway, let's go to the RB3. Alright, so here we are back in Manhattan. So all you have to do is go here and Leonard will ask you and you just say ready. Alright, we're going to charter a ship. Here we are. Woo! These guys work fast. I like them. It's funny because you actually see the Cygnus outside of the out of the port. I never really noticed that before, but Red Ship is just hanging out there. Because, you know, he's doing his red thing. Oh man, here we go. Ooh, look at that thing. Now that is a worthy final dungeon, folks. None of this marginal crap that we saw in Riki's quest. Oh, ooh, that thing. This is where they spent most of their budget on, is this little cutscene right here. That's made up of basically 5 frames. Alright. I do like the music, too. Created by RB3. Oh, wow. So it created itself, huh? I wonder how that happened. I think a bunch of people probably just made a big mistake and they accidentally created a doomsday device. It's kind of like what happens in that movie Doctor Strangelove, paranoia and so forth. Yeah, that thing is huge. That is massive. Our tiny little Manhattan ship is a speck of dust compared to it. Alright, so one thing I do recommend is that you want to keep an extra save file before you go here because this is a point of no return. So, once you're here, you can't go back. You're stuck. Alright, so, whoops. Don't want to do that. Alright, so yeah, look at all the... shooting those lasers. We're going to have to turn these off. And it's really easy to, actually. So you're in this room. You just have to be careful. Just kind of go around these guys. They can be a little bit of a pain, but you just want to hit this button right here. All right, so you have to hit one more, I think. There's 2 switches, and that's one of them. So you gotta fight this guy. At this point in the game, these guys should be absolute cake. Okay, so good, I'm still recording. I thought maybe my sound wasn't actually working. That would be a pain in the butt. There's some McDobby 100s, not too hard. All right, so you have to just navigate through here, go down here. Because I know that there is some other button you gotta hit. I always used to think these lasers were bad, but they actually don't do a damn thing. They're pretty much the most useless lasers on the face of the planet. So let's see. Now we want to hit this button, and there we go. You see that little shaking? That means that the lasers are turned off. So you can now continue. Have this guy chase me. All right. So now we go out here. Fantastic. All right. So now those lasers are off, which means that we can go traverse up here. Can't go down there. On the Doom ship. The Doom ship. All right, so we're going to be seeing some interesting stuff here. This is a kind of a nice little puzzle of buttons. So you want to first, I believe, go up this little elevator right here. And then what you want to do is you want to hit this button, which I believe, yeah, that will slide that thing over. And then you want to go over there and go to that area next. So it's a nifty little process. Whee! Oh, man. It is humid today. I'm actually visiting my parents in Massachusetts at the moment, and it is just hot over here. Although, in Nevada, it's actually usually pretty hot, even in the north in the summer. Yeah, the places I live in are not super hot, but they can get pretty stuffy when it's summer. So glad summer's almost here, though. It's only May, so we still have a ways to go. Okay, we want to hit this button right here. And this will shimmy the thing. You have to go all the way back. You have to go all the way back to the beginnings to get that one. So normally I would just kind of skip around, but I mean this moves pretty quickly as long as you can stay frosty and avoid those stupid gun carts, which I didn't just do. And T260 just absorbed rocket evasion, which is mostly useless. It's got a small use, but I think evasion of lasers is probably the one that's the least useful. All right, so I think I'm trying to figure out exactly what that did. Well, I mean, I saw it obviously, but I'm trying to see how that actually helps us. So we're gonna. Actually, that might have just. Oh, let's hit this button and see what happens. Do. All right, so maybe yeah. Let's go back and see if we can hit that button now, because this is gonna be interesting. Because I think we just moved it to the next. We can move on to the next screen, but maybe there's something a little extra here. Okay, so maybe? I don't know. It didn't seem to help us too much. No, I don't want to go up the elevator. Go down. Go down. All right, so because I think now we can actually move to the next screen. All right. Do. Come on. Chase me. All right, so now we can go to the next screen, which is important. All right, so this one is actually kind of interesting. This is a big pathway, and there's going to be a bunch of gun carts that come out of here. And you actually have to kill every single one of these things. Let me just kind of give you an idea of what you're going to be faced with. All right, so this is kind of what the battles look like. It's a showdown with every type of mech. So, for example, these are the cancer mechs, or whatever you want to call them. And pretty soon you're going to also have to be dealing with things like Skylabs, things like R&Rs, which are actually the most powerful mech in the game. They're crazy. Enemy mech, I should say. And once that battle shows up, I'll make sure to demonstrate that. So what I'll do is I will come back once I get the... Once there's some significant battles. Like, the other stuff is just kind of your standard mechs, like the Hermes, like the McDobbies, 100s, and so forth. But when the R&Rs show up, I'll make sure to show that battle. Alright, guys, we defeated all of the gun carts. Basically every mech you could think of. Sword mechs, fly mechs, McDobbies, Skylab, stuff like that. So we actually learned something pretty cool for Leonard. I just want to show you briefly. Is shoot all, which I almost never use, but that kind of fires all your weapons at once. It does some serious damage. Again, of course, actually he learned, which is awesome, Gale Slash, single Gale Slash, but that'll be helpful in future endeavors. I think there was actually one more thing that we did learn. which I'm actually not going to equip because I don't really need it that badly, but it's energy supply, which is something that Leonard has, which can destroy your WP in battle, which is awesome. All right, so now we're going to take on the only enemies that I haven't really shown you, and that is the R&Rs. These are actually the single most powerful mechs, enemy mechs in the game. So, and I'm going to be demonstrating to you the overwhelming power of Plural Slash. So this is going to be fun to watch, and we'll just have Gen use his Wheel Slash for some. Yeah. So the nice thing about Plural Slash is that it self combos. You can actually have consecutive Plural Slashes in a row. So look how much damage that did. Yeah, these guys are tough. We almost did 10,000 damage, yet it didn't kill them. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep hacking away at these dudes for just a little bit. Not too bad. And of course, Flash is not gonna do a damn thing. Not even Gen at this point. Gen is actually quite immune to those types of attacks. So yeah, let's use another Plural Slash. It's absolutely fine. We actually have 2 Sanctuary Stones, and so we can kind of use those. We can actually use that after this battle, because you are actually going to need it, I think. Well, actually, on the other hand, we can probably conserve them for a little bit later, but as you can see, things are just too easy with Plural Slash. This is just ridiculous. Look at this. Yeah, they're both dead, so that was pretty easy. Impressive, huh? Woo. Alright, so let's steal from the R&Rs. What are they going to give me? Oh, just recharged. Alright, maybe Zeke will get something. Oh, man, that's too bad. Yeah, I was hoping to get all the abilities with these guys, but that's not going to happen. So we defeated all of these little gun carts. Let's do a quick save, and now when you go up here, this is what happens next. You see, there's a big, scary thing. Look at that. That is crazy. So now we're going to fight, I believe it's the Mech God, who's not actually too hard, believe it or not, because can you guess what strategy we're going to employ? Yes, we are going to use Plural Slash once again. So, yeah, look, our WP actually isn't too bad, and the Maxwell program helps out a ton, so just spam Plural Slashes, and we'll have him use Heaven and Hell, because why not? Yeah, look at this, level 4 combo. Look how much damage this is going to do. This is going to be insane. Oh my god, look at that. That is just disgusting. And then he follows it up at the end. He's like, yeah, I was a little slow. You're just dying. Like 24,000 damage. Yeah, can you see why I'm not too worried about the final boss? This guy is not the final boss, by the way. He's just kind of a mini boss. So let's try that again. So he does get 1,000 HP back, but who cares? When you have all these Plural Slashes, you're in excellent shape. Oh my god, level 5. I mean, we're going to have to use this when we fight the final boss, but look at this. So crazy. It's never been this nuts before. And then Heaven Hell. I wonder how much... yeah, look at that. 27,000 damage. Jesus Christ, man. And he's like giving you the finger as he's dying. He's just like, no, you've destroyed me. And the nice thing is because we have energy supply and the Maxwell program, we should be able to restore most of our WP throughout the battle, which is great. Tiger program, have no idea what that does. Maybe I'll look it up someday. In sort of the post game. All right, so let's go. We're gonna disappear, and now we're gonna go through this door. And so this is going to be. This is our last stop. No going back. All right, we're gonna enter the core. Yes. All right. Let's do it, guys. I have a feeling that this is going to be an epic time. All right, affirmative. Can't let Gen go away. He's the 5th link in our combo, man. Yeah, Gen's in it for good. I mean, what else is he going to do? He doesn't have much of a life aside from just hanging around. All right, so here we go. We're going to go down into the core. So, guys, we're getting really close to the end of this quest. We're going to be hitting the core, and hopefully the next episode will be the finale of T260G's quest and SaGa Frontier. So thank you guys for watching. This is the Benchinator, and I will see you next time.